ask you a question. What trends in the industry right now do you want to see just take a hike and never return?
Your history questions that got nothing to do with beauty whatsoever.
They totally have everything to do with beauty.
Unless it's Cleopatra related.
I'm going to make you do the questions next week, and I'm going to be a goofball and answer.
What trends? What beauty trends?
What do you want to see gone from the industry that we're doing a bunch of now? You know, what do you want?
That one's rough, man. That one's tough. Okay, so the problem is there are certain looks that I personally don't like. There are certain services that are annoying to me that I don't enjoy doing.
Right.
But to say I wish it would go away completely, there is something. That one's tough for me. I'm actually going to have to take an opposite side on this one. I don't want to see anything go away. Like for everybody's type of hair, everybody's got a look for themselves, right? That's kind of the whole thing. That's the beauty of the diversity of the industry is there is something out there for everybody.
I get that.
And it's like, it's artistic, you know, like how so it may not be pretty to me, but it might be pretty to you.
Okay.
You know, like I like the skinnies. You always look at me, you're like, oh, she's a walking bag of bones. I'm like, she's hot as hell. And then you know, like it's subjective, right? You like hair down to the waist. I don't like hair down to the waist. I think it's too long. I got the Cousin It, Addams Family thing image in my head.
And
you know, like that weird little. I don't know. Like I hate doing balayage, but it looks cool. I mean, it's painstaking, backbreaking work, but it's worth it. I don't know.
Let me give you one of mine, okay? Because I am tired of getting the Instagram picture or the whatever, wherever the picture's from, with the model, and you can tell she's got her hair fluffed out with her hands, right? And it makes me crazy when I have clients bring it in and they're like, look at the volume on this hair. And then I have to go into the explanation of she's fluffing her hair out for you to see. Her hair is not naturally like this. It might be wavy. It might have body, but it's not this far out from their head. I don't need that. It just builds false expectations. And right along those lines, when they bring those pictures in that have been filtered to yin yang, I mean, they've run it through probably every filter and probably some kind of AI, and freaking, let's talk about what we can do with your hair. Pictures I appreciate because it gives you an idea where their head's at, but some of these over-touched pictures don't help our situation, at least in my opinion.
See, that's kind of where I get. It's annoying. I will give you that. I'm so torn on this one, bro. I'm really torn on this one. It's a fantasy. If these insane things never happened, we would never have the double processing that we did in the 90s. As much as I hate the granny gray, we would never have platinum blonde. That we wouldn't have like that 8CS diluted toner from All Nutrient. And if we didn't create all those dilution 8CS toners, we would never have the 10CS from All Nutrient that we have now.
Right.
The 10CS shade was born out of the amount. I mean, there was that many formulas of 8CS dilutions going around that All Nutrient in particular had no choice but to create 10CS because we were blowing through 8CS and clear like insane.
Right.
Right. So that inspiration or that draw of attention, that extreme draw to attention,
right.
born technology and innovation. It's amazing. If Oprah didn't come out and say, oh, you're beautiful on the inside and it's the inside that matters, not just the outside, we would all be chasing the Playboy bunny image. Now you've got everybody walking around in what's the modern day spandex called that the girls wear now?
Pants.
The yoga pants, the leggings. Exactly. Now, should everybody be wearing leggings? I don't think so personally, but hey, it exists.
Then what?
And now you've got everybody walking around in leggings, And so when it comes to hair, the half up, half down in the beginning, I was like, make a decision, either pull it up or let it down. What the hell are you doing? What's with this half up, half down thing? Hey, but you know what? You see it enough times and somebody's going to look cute in it. Sabrina came in on Monday to pick up an order at the office. She had just got done working out and she had just had her hair up in a high ponytail and a kind of like Messine thing. I don't usually see her like that. Her hair is usually down and styled and blow dried and everything. I'm like, you look like Bam Bam from the Flintstones, or not Bam Bam.
Pebbles.
Pebbles. You look like Pebbles from the Flintstones. I'm like, and she's like, hey, what the hell? I'm like, no, actually, it's a compliment this time. It's kind of cute. Like, that's kind of cool, Like, you had that little thing, and they were all like, you look like a palm tree. She looked like a palm tree. It was hilarious.
She's gonna kill you for saying this.
No, I make fun of everything. Like, but that's kind of the thing, right? If we didn't have those, my favorite thing to do is dimensional highlights, the highlights and the lowlights. If we didn't have the overprocessed blondes,
right,
then low lighting would have never became a thing to break it up to create that contrast. The lob. If the bob wasn't such a perfect haircut, then, and if it wasn't so perfect with thin, fine hair, you'd never have a woman with thin, fine hair growing her hair longer.
Right.
Now, a woman with thin, fine hair can grow her hair past her shoulders. We can create that natural fall, that zero elevation. We can give her the lob, the longer bob haircut. She could be part of the Insider Beauty magazine, top 10, you're allowed to do this week. You see what I mean? Like it's a whole cycle. It all comes around full circle. Yes, I think it's too subjective. I don't. It's weird, right? Like, I'm usually all in. I'm like, yeah, this should go away. We should never do this ever again. And I'm like, I don't know. You're a tricky dicky this week. I don't know, sir.
No, you can't get softballs from me every week. Every now and then.
I mean, I don't know. So you think that fullness thing should completely go away?
I want to see, if I have a client bringing me a picture, and I like pictures, don't get me wrong. I want to see the hair. I want them to see the hair that hangs on this model, on this person, naturally. So then that way, that gives me more, that'll give, first off, the client more realistic expectations as to what can be accomplished. Now, along those lines, let me finish my statement, because I see you making that face, and I don't think you have to go to the bathroom. Now, what sometimes you can use that picture for, where they're fluffing the hair out and all of that, is then that could lead you into another conversation about maybe possibly, okay, you want that kind of fullness, then let's start talking about hair extensions. Let's start talking about, maybe even a root perm or something like that, because perms are coming back, whether we like it. Whether there are those of us that wish we never wrapped a perm again in our lives, because we were doing hair in the 80s and everybody got a freaking spiral perm. But they're back, and you know what? It is a revenue stream. Yeah, so the other side of that coin the point I'm trying to make is that the fluffy picture, yeah, then you can go, you know what? You want that kind of hair? Let's talk about hair extensions. Let's talk about what we can do. Let's talk about maybe a root perm. Let's talk about what products you use to create that. Yes, I get that. I understand that. But it's still annoying as hell to me. And you know what? I'm sure you know, and sometimes, you know what? Clients come in with unrealistic color expectations, and I gotta kill the party. I'm the party killer. I'm the party pooper.
I don't know. I think it did its job. I think that's its purpose, though, is to create the fantasy. I'm really torn on. I agree with what you're saying, but I have to protect it, though. I think it's an annoyance at best. I don't think it should completely go away, because then the magic goes away. Like, so the Wizard of Oz. I don't know why I'm thinking about the Wizard of Oz right now.
You are
the man behind the curtain. So the image of that big, scary, dude, and and then they pulled away the curtain, and it's just like a little dwarf dude back there. It killed the whole magic. It's like when you see the magic trick, you're like, oh, that looks so cool, until you understand how the magic trick is done. Then you're like, all right, I guess I just appreciate that it's being done.
Okay.
I don't know, man.
Hey, you know what?
It was like Mr. Bean. Mr. Bean was amazing till, then he comes with the movie. And then you go to watch the movie, and you're going to be like, wow, this is going to be an hour and a half of Mr. Bean nonstop. And he's like, oh. I was like, wait, Mr. Bean talks? He's like, oh, if it was small, microscopic. I'm like, what? Mr. Bean talks.
Guys, we're now getting insight into what goes on in Eddie's head.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
It's Mr. Bean driving around in a Mini Cooper in Eddie's head.
That's right. All day.
Yeah. So, you know what? But once again, it's all subject to opinion, and I'd like to know what other people think, whether we're off base or with our comments, or let's hear what annoys you. I think that would be cool. I want to hear what annoys other people too.
This is a tough conversation. Yeah, this one was a good one, man. This is a good discussion. It's this one's tough.
Yeah, and not to get into the negativity of stuff. It's just about let's hear from you. Let's hear what you got to say. I think that's awesome. I love the interaction that we have with our peeps. We still have to come up with a name for them.